Good morning. It is 5:31 on a snowy, windy, and very cold Tuesday. We are giving you a live look outside to show you the big story today. So you're seeing the snow on the east side, then the west side, and then we're showing you south. You're looking at I-77 in Independence right now, and it looks like it just varies condition-wise where you are, how much snow you have in your backyard or on the roads. We have crews across Northeast Ohio getting you up to speed on road conditions, how those plows are keeping up, because that's what everybody wants to know.
Cleveland, Ohio, everybody.
Right?
Lake effect snow. That's part and parcel with it.
Yeah.
The haves and the have-nots.
And you've been tracking it all night, all morning, and it's timing out like you thought?
It's timing out perfectly. The difference is the band is moving faster, which is not a bad thing. That's going to cut down on the snow totals for a lot of folks. But I think the other part of it is hopefully that will mean our road crews, who are the heroes of the story, will be able to get out and get a jump earlier. And hopefully you'll be able to get out the door. I think a lot of folks are going to find it's okay. This is one of those things that's a very subjective judgment call. There's some people who look at this and they go, bring it on. I love it. There's a lot of other people that are like, forget it, I don't like driving in the snow, and I'm just gonna not do what I was gonna plan to do today. So you can see just how changeable it is. Downtown Cleveland, we have a heavy traffic that's starting to pick up and heavy snow that is picking up at the same time. Meanwhile, at the airport, still smooth sailing. Same for Strongsville. Garfield Heights looking good right now too. Westlake starting to see the snow actually coming down and adding up. And then Wickliffe, they're still dealing with cleanup right now on 90 and 271. There have been a few little accidents that are already starting to pop up, and I think as the morning continues, more and more of this is going to be taking place. Remember, our temperatures are in the low 20s right now, and with those low 20s, any untreated surfaces have the potential for some ice, so be aware of that. You can see here we have a lot of orange roads showing up, so a lot of slow going on a lot of the major highways. I-90 eastbound after the US 20 exit, the Euclid Avenue exit, we do have a crash there that is slowing down some traffic on those eastbound lanes. At Ohio 2, the Shoreway at Marginal Road exit, both ways there is some problems that have been creeping up, so that's going to slow down the exit area there. And then I-90 at Carnegie, that is I-90 eastbound at Carnegie, there is a crash as well that will back things up onto the Interbelt Bridge. This is a look at Dead Man's Curve right now on the ODOT cam, and you can see just how snowy it is. The visibility is reduced, and that's not only because we have the heavy snow coming down, but it's also windy, so blowing and drifting snow is going to be a problem. The mega band is slowly settling southward, so really eastern Cuyahoga County, central Geauga County getting hit hard right now. That mega band is continuing to settle down, so if you have travel plans here in the next hour or two, on the west side of Cuyahoga County, be ready, because it's going to be coming down just as you're getting ready to leave, even though it may be fine right now. And then Avon, you're starting to get some of the snow that's coming down, as well as Avon Lake. So just to take a little peek around Westlake, look at the snowflakes that are showing up in the lights here on I-90 at Columbia. But overall, roads still passable, obviously. And same for Avon. This is 90 at 83. Big interchange there. Not seeing any snow accumulation yet, just a little bit on the berms here, but for the most part, it's still pretty smooth sailing so far. The temperatures are our big story. We're in the low 20s and upper teens, but the wind chills are in the single digits. This is not going to change today. We stay cold all day. And, you know, if you had any of the rain over the last day and a half that we have had here in Northeast Ohio, and you have decks or steps and porches that were wet, very likely that is icy. So please be careful as you step out the door this morning, because there will be some slick spots on untreated surfaces. 20s will stay with us today. The wind chills will stay in the teens because of the brisk conditions that we have going on. We stay breezy and cold. The overall lake effect snow is going to start to break up over the next couple of hours as it moves in away from the lake, and then we're going to transition to just more traditional lake effect snows, which means periodic snow showers in the primary and possibly the secondary snow belt too. But as for right now, it's steady as she goes. We're just watching that band work its way south and watching the impacts here in Northeast Ohio. Dave.
Yeah, and again, don't forget about the cold. It will smack you right in the face today.
It will.
All right. Betsy, thank you. Betsy starting our team coverage, and right now the snow belt certainly living up to its name this morning.
It's something you got to see to believe. Let's get to our team of reporters out on the roads, and we start with the hardest hit area, the east side, as we all know, and that's where we find Kiera Cotton. And Kiera, where you are is definitely where we're seeing the most accumulation so far.
Hey, good morning, Dave and Maureen. You're absolutely right. I heard Dave mention you can't forget the cold and the snow, and that's definitely not hard to do here in Lake County. As you guys mentioned, I'm here in Mentor on Reynolds Road, just off of Route 2. And again, as you can see, the snow has accumulated here on the ground, but it's a light and fluffy kind of snow, the fun kind that you like to see, perfect for sledding. I actually got a text message from my little sister just a few moments ago celebrating a snow day, so I'm sure tons of people are going to take advantage of that, especially if you're on the east side, seeing as much snow as we are right now. But as Betsy mentioned, it's pretty calm right now, so I guess we'll just be enjoying what's accumulated thus far. But I'll send it back to you guys in the studio where it is warm instead of cold.
Oh, Kiera, stay warm. It looks like you have the right coat for it. So now let's turn our attention over to the west side. Totally different story.
Totally, yeah. And we're going to bring in Austin Love. And Austin, you've been with us all morning long, and it's been interesting to see you kind of follow your morning where it started with nothing and now you have something.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I looked out my window. I live in Tremont, and I was like, well, I don't see any snowflakes. And then, about 15 minutes later, we're driving through Ohio City, and bam, right by the West Side Market, there was a clear sheet of that snow. And now we've made it. We went through Lakewood, and now over here in Westlake. I'm right by the off-ramp here by Columbia Road here in Westlake. As you can see right now, this is the westbound lane going to I-90. Yeah, we got some flurries definitely here. We definitely got some snow. Not a lot of accumulation as if you're heading east. If you're heading west in the next 15, 20 minutes, I see your commute being pretty easily. But as you know, that the farther closer you get to Cleveland, the farther, of course, if you get closer to the east side, the more it's going to continue to pick up here. But ODOT doing a great job. We've seen numerous trucks coming up and down, especially with those salt trucks of what they're doing currently right now to make sure that there's traction still on the road. But continue to, if you do see those plows, make sure that you give them plenty of space. But yeah, once again here in Westlake, starting to pick up a little bit more. Not a lot of accumulation, especially a little bit of accumulation on the road, but not a lot on the grass. But just make sure you're staying safe out there, guys. We're going to keep you updated all throughout the morning here on your commute.
And we know it's cold when you have your ears covered.
That's right. Bam. It's really cold when I got the hat on.
Wow. All right. We'll wait for that in a couple weeks. Austin, thank you. Meanwhile, Carmen Blackwell is on the road on the near east side.
Yeah, and Carmen, how are things looking for you? I know we saw you in Euclid earlier, and it looked pretty snow-covered.
Yeah, we're on the east side too, and Kiera just mentioned it's the snow is definitely coming down. It's a little bit of a different story than what I brought you last half hour. Snowing, really not so much. Snowfall has definitely subsided just a little bit, but roadways, we just saw the first round of snowplow truck drivers coming through on the roadways here, so they are a little bit clearer here. But we are driving east on Euclid Avenue right now. We hopped off of I-90 earlier to get here, and there was so much snow that was on the freeway. We obviously haven't had those trucks pass through just yet. We're gonna have to give them a little bit of time to catch up, but take a look at this as I pan the camera over this way. Look how much snowfall on the side banks of the streets here as we're driving down Euclid Avenue. So it's not going to be too bad of a commute. I can kind of see that the snow's letting up. Hopefully that story won't change as more of you are heading out of the door this morning. But if you need to, take advantage of the snow day and just, hey, like Kiera said, stay home with the kids and make a day out of today, right?
No question. So many kids hoping they get that chance for a snow day. Great perspective out there, Carmen. A look outside on the east side. Thank you. All right, Kiera, Austin, Carmen, keeping us covered all morning long, and we'll continue to check in with our crews throughout the morning. If you're headed out, you can take us with you as well. Just download the WKYC app where you can stream our newscasts and get Betsy's updated weather all day long.